Hey everybody, welcome back to BigRedEDC. Got another CJRB knife to check out. This one is the 1905 Centros, designed by Mallery. So it was actually pretty cool. I've been talking to Dylan recently. I touched base. He wanted to know what I thought of the knife. We've been talking, back and forth a little bit, and he was even cool enough to join a recent episode of Saturday Night Live so people could ask him questions about his designs, the Centros, what might be new coming up. It's absolutely awesome. Dylan is an absolutely awesome dude, and I can't thank him enough for taking the time to do that. It was very, very cool. Just a terrific opportunity. So let's zoom out here and let's take a look at Mr. Dylan Mallery's design. Now, as I said, this is the Centros, model number J1905. It's the 1905 CF, because as you can see, we've got carbon fiber scales on this model. Stainless steel liners. Now, as I talked about, prior, is on the CJRB line, we're not going to get a whole lot of that weight reduction, because obviously the more work that goes into the knife, the more we're going to end up paying for it as an end user. So it's one of the things we're not going to see. And again, to me, it really doesn't make that big of a difference, especially in a knife this size. To me, it's a nice slender knife, and it's a really good weight for me. So, got a pocket clip there, stainless steel, right or left hand, tip up carry. We've got that funky lanyard tube. These lanyard tubes are awesome. And I say that, I gotta get something. These lanyard tubes, they move, they rotate. As you can see that. I find that kind of funky. To me, it is a little oddly placed, and we saw that in the 1902 Briar as well. But now I don't use lanyards, so to me that's really a non-issue. I mean, I don't pay a whole lot of attention to lanyard holes, but I know there's a lot of people out there that do. So gotta make sure I tell you about it, and it's right there. Nice open construction on the Centros. You've got a handle length, 4 3/4 inches. A grip length, as I measure it, at right about 4 inches. So just a little bit left over. As I measure, you see there, my 3 3/4 inch hand, there's just a little bit left over. So right about 4 inches on this one. Now, we know the Centros is we'll call it the cousin of the Archeo, the Artisan Archeo. I mean, Dylan Mallery designed both of them. That's why they're cousins. Some subtle differences, though, and we'll kind of take a look at them. As you saw, this is a dual thumb stud deployment, where the Archeo is a flipper. Ceramic ball bearing pivot. Liner lock. Fully open length, we're looking at right about 8 3/8 inches. Fully open. 3 5/8 inch blade. Stonewashed finish. I'm really liking the way Artisan does their stonewash. There's the Dylan Mallery's mark. And there, of course, it says designed by Dylan Mallery. J1905. D2 blade. That elongated drop point again. Now, it is similar to the Briar, which I also have. But the Briar is a flipper. I mean, the dual thumb studs on the Centros, I mean, they're similar in design, but some minor differences. How the knife is ground. Made in China. Did we see that? Does it say made in China on there? Oh, yeah, there it is. Right there. Made in China. For sure. As I said, 8 3/8 fully open. Cutting edge. We're looking at... It's pretty much a near full cutting edge, the way I measure it. Yeah, maybe 3.5. We'll call it 3.5. Let's see here. I mean... Yeah, it's pretty much, it's a little over 3.5. Try to line it, trying to get you a, yeah, we'll call it 3.5. So, as I said, near full cutting edge. Oh, what are we going to do? Let's get a weight on it. Let's do that. Now, let's see. Okay, ounces. 4 ounces. 3.9. Or 111. So we're pretty much looking as pretty much the same weight as the briar was. So they are fairly similar, as I showed you. Oh, let's get some other measurements here. What do we got? We got a thickness. Let's do our thickness. .515. Width. .18, 1.19. Blade stock. Guessing we're probably going to be about 1/8 inch of blade stock. .22. Yeah, pretty close. And behind the edge, we're going to be, let's see here. I got to take it back here, guys, to get behind the edge on it. And I'll show it to you. It doesn't help when you're fairly shaky. Yeah. 0.23. 0.23, 0.24 behind the edge. Our carry. Close it up again here real quick. Not a whole lot exposed on this one. Got that little bit of a tip there. Probably right around 1/4 inch. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, about 1/4 inch exposure. Again, pretty smooth in and out of pocket. Pretty decent retention on that clip. I mean, it's going to slide pretty well on that carbon fiber there. As far as I can tell, it is everything I found red, and it sure looks like full carbon fiber to me. Overall take, again, all the budget quality you get from the Artisan line, and at an absolute fantastic price. We're looking at about $45 on this one. So some minor little things like no rate relief. We got that. But overall, the quality is, I mean, it's this one. Wow. It's a little bit droppy. I mean, it doesn't have a whole lot of blade there, but the blade does have a really nice belly on it. Yeah. Very, very nice action on it. As I said, great stone wash. Choil. No, you're not going to want to put your finger up there. It'll bite you. Definitely a sharpening choil. I mean, you can pretty much tell that by looking at it. Nice lines on the blade, the elongated drop point. Jimping. Oh yeah. That jimping works well Very well done. Not sharp. It's aggressive. It is aggressive, but not too aggressive. To me, that's about perfect as far as the jimping is concerned. The grip feels absolutely terrific in hand. You know I like the slender knives. Now, that was one thing I'm going to point out. I like the Archeo, and this is kind of the cousin. Like I said, we've got dual thumb studs, vice flipper. Now, if you remember, the Archeo has got relatively the same handle shape, but at this point right here, on the Centros, this, where the cutout for the fingers comes up, as you can see there, it's kind of right on that, my ring finger there. This was more pronounced on the Centros, and it kind of hit me a little wrong. It wasn't overly uncomfortable, but I could definitely feel it. On the Centros, not at all. Absolutely terrific. I'm loving this. Loving the way it feels in hand. It's extremely comfortable. The clip, not an issue. Not at all. Very, very good in hand. Carbon fiber. Carbon fiber is a little slick. I mean, it's not too bad, but it is a little. Good access to your liner. Yeah, it's not even an issue. Like I said, man, that thing, it doesn't want to come down, does it? Nice belly on that blade, though. Awesome knife. We'll take a look, get you up close at the finish. It's finished pretty darn well. As you can see there, the liner does stand just a little proud there at the top, but makes for great access. Does not affect the grip. Not proud enough to affect the grip at all. If you're a fan of the Archeo, man, I don't know how you can't be a fan of this one. That's my opinion, completely, but for sure. Fantastic, fantastic design of a knife. Nice and slender, easy to carry. And for 45 bucks, how can you can't go wrong in my opinion. All the quality at half the price. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. Thank you again to CJRB, Artisan for providing these to the Pass Around group. We greatly appreciate it, as always. Again, a special thank you to Dylan Mallery, the designer, for just being in contact and really wanting to know, get a reviewer's aspect or perception of a knife. That's just absolutely awesome. And again, thank you very much for hanging out with us the other night on Saturday Knife Live. Totally cool. Greatly appreciate it. Blue gives it an 8.5. I can't argue with that. As I said, $45. Great quality knife. So thank you, Artisan, CJRB. Thank all of you for checking out the Centros with me. As always, it's been a pleasure. Like, subscribe, leave me a comment. You know I love talking to y'all. Until next time, guys, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.